Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, I've got a short one for you short, but packed with enough stupidity to keep us entertained because we're dealing with an idiot in court who simply cannot, for the life of him, stop tripping over his own shoelaces. This man's ability to self-sabotage is Olympic level. But before we get into that legal train wreck, let's take a quick look at a preview of 3 videos you can expect from me later this week. First up, we've got Judge Tammy, who you guys absolutely loved in the last video, returning to form and completely shutting down yet another sovereign citizen. And trust me, she doesn't just shut him down, she steamrolls him. If you thought the last subset she dealt with walked out of that courtroom spiritually bruised, you haven't seen anything yet. Judge Tammy takes the nonsense, crushes it into a fine powder, and blows it away like she's doing housekeeping, then dash well. I won't spoil the other 2 previews yet, but let's just say the sovereign citizens. Karens and courtroom clowns have been busy, and I'm here to bring you every glory.
I enter like an oral motion of dismissal based on constitutional grounds. Are you standing on your constitutional oath?
I'm not sure what that is.
In regards to the right to travel under the 14th Amendment.
Okay, so that's not actually in the Constitution.
I just wanted to point out to the court that automobiles hadn't been invented when the 14th Amendment was ratified.
Then we have Judge Perkins, who once again proves why he's one of the most patient human beings walking this planet. In this upcoming video, he takes a full-grown, self-proclaimed sovereign citizen, or as I like to call them, soft hearts with concrete skulls, and explains, slowly, clearly, and repeatedly, exactly why the court does, in fact, have jurisdiction over him. And when I say explains, I don't just mean he tosses out a couple of legal terms and moves on. No. Judge Perkins goes full kindergarten teacher mode, breaking down the basics of law, the structure of the court, and the concept of, existing within a state. Like he's reading a bedtime story to someone who eats paste recreationally. He goes through the Constitution, statutes, case law, basically everything short of finger puppets to help this guy understand that waving around buzzwords like common law, I do not consent, and living man does not magically turn off jurisdiction. But of course, always with sovereign citizens. You could hand-deliver them a notarized explanation, written in crayon and signed by George Washington's ghost, and they would still argue the judge's authority because they once saw a Facebook meme with an eagle on it. So in this video, Judge Perkins lays it all out, point by point, leaving no room for misinterpretation, though our soft-hearted friend still manages to misunderstand every single thing put in front of him. It's like watching someone lose a game of checkers to themselves.
Gray, are you trying to get a driver's license?
Your Honor, I'm here by special appearance.
I knew that was coming. Let's just talk a little real simple, basic stuff. Are you trying to say that you can just run red lights, you can just speed, you can just do what you want to do on the roads without any repercussions at all?
Your Honor, is this a court of record? I'm sorry, is this a court of record?
As far as I checked, it was, Mr. Glenn.
Yes, sir.
To wrap the week up with a chaotic little bow, we've got an out-of control, fully marinated, extra crispy delusional Karen who walks into court like she's the CEO of reality itself and immediately starts threatening to sue the court if they dare continue prosecuting her. This woman comes in, hotter than a microwaved burrito, armed with nothing but unwarranted confidence and whatever legal advice she scraped off of a Facebook group full of people who think the moon landing was filmed in a Wendy's parking lot. She tells the judge that if the prosecution keeps doing their job, she's going to unleash the most devastating weapon in her arsenal, a lawsuit that exists only in her imagination and maybe in the drafts folder of her notes app. And watching her deliver this threat is pure gold. She says it with the same energy as a toddler announcing they're going to run away and never come back while they pack a sandwich and 3 crayons into a Spider-Man backpack. Meanwhile, the judge is sitting there with a facial expression of someone silently regretting every career choice that led them to this exact moment. She genuinely believes that telling the court she sued them is going to make the charges magically evaporate, like the judge is just going to slam the gavel and say, "Welp, she got us. Close it all down, boys. Karen wins."
And if the court proceeds with this, I will be also bringing the malicious prosecution against this court as well, because these are erroneous charges and they are retaliatory, which is a violation of my freedom of speech. It's a violation of my right to due process. So if this does not get dropped today and it moves forward, I will be filing under color of law lawsuits against Van Buren and this court for violation of rights under federal question jurisdiction. So I just don't think it would be a good use of the court's time or resources to continue this malicious prosecution. They completely ignored my evidence. There was sexual discrimination against me because I was a woman. I mean, it would really be a waste.
I always tell people it's never a good idea to huff keyboard duster right before going to court. But apparently no one wants to listen until they're face down in front of a judge wondering why their life is on fire. So let's break down what's actually happening here and how this dude is single-handedly torpedoing every possible advantage he had. First off, if he had taken even 2 seconds to listen to the friend of the court, he would have heard something extremely important. Yes, he's behind on child support. But the court also saw evidence that he's been trying to get a job. And in family court, that matters a lot. Intent and effort go a long way. The system actually gives you credit for not being a total deadbeat, but instead of riding that tiny wave of goodwill, this man decides to open his mouth and let pure, unfiltered chaos fall out. And with one unhinged, brain cell evaporating comment, he completely nukes the progress that someone else worked hard to secure for him. You can practically hear the friend of the court deflating like a sad balloon animal. He just keeps digging, like he's trying to reach the center of the earth, or maybe just the last functioning neuron in his head. Every sentence out of his mouth is another swing of the shovel, another self-inflicted wound. Another reason for the judge to sit back and rethink every life decision that led them to this court.
McNamara versus Sylvester, case number 2018299. The record should reflect Mr. Sylvester has appeared today by Zoom video. We also have Mr. Brzezinski present on behalf of friend of the court. This is set for a show cause hearing today regarding support. And Mr. Brzezinski, can you give me an update on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. This hearing was adjourned from February 6th for the defendant to pay $200 plus stay in communication with the friend of the court if he did not have that ability to pay. He has a support obligation of $363. This is now, I believe, the 6th show cause hearing since June 22nd of 2022. The last payment was August of 2022 at $400, so most of these hearings have not resulted in payment. Multiple times the defendant has been ordered to provide job searches to the friend of the court, which he's done, but it has not resulted in him gaining employment or making any payments. So the friend of the court would ask if he does not have employment or any income, that he provide proof of that, whether it be unpaid bills, rent, proof that he's going to the interviews, just verification of all those details to prove that he truly does not have an ability to pay.
Well, I can tell you that my phones are currently shut off with a past due balance of almost $900, if that counts for anything. And I'm behind on my mortgage. That's $606 a month. Currently don't get a electric and gas bill because something's wrong with consumers. But I can tell you that we're behind in that too. There's only one income in this house, and there is a baby due next month as well. There should be a payment made. I just filed my taxes. I received my state taxes. I know you guys do with income withholding on that. So you guys should be getting a payment from my taxes. I was supposed to get 600 and some change, and I only received $238 back. So there should be a decent payment going to you guys out of my taxes.
Mr. Brzezinski, if the court proceeds with contempt proceedings at some point, would this be a first or subsequent finding?
I believe this would be a first finding of contempt, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to set this for a contempt hearing in April. Mr. Sylvester, there's a couple of things that you need to do under the law. And number one is to make your payments, of course.
Okay, well, I have absolutely zero income.
Can you listen to me for a
No,
second?
I'm listening. You guys tell me this every fucking...
I get it. You're frustrated, you're flustered, and your last two brain cells are in a slap fight for control. But this is now the second time you've let your inner cran-eater take the wheel. And let me remind you, the judge has the patience of a saint. But even saints have limits, especially when you're sitting there melting down like a tech. My only lipstick, Ruby Kiss. Ruby Kiss, only Ruby Kiss has the luxurious texture. Why me tech has the luxurious. No, Malasti cashed his self. Malai's kiss. Malask cell costed mo. But my elf, my no size. Malai's, Malask sites is. Malas. Malas, Malai, Malas, 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 Malak. We secured Malas, we secured Ed. I fill eyes, go S, with an S med, we may sigh it. Dollar Tree candle in July. Now the judge is about to give you one final warning. And trust me, this is the kind of warning you don't ignore unless you want to find yourself wearing county-issued jewelry and taking the scenic route to the holding cell. So take this moment right now to reach up, grab both cheeks, and pull your head out of your ass far enough to see what's happening in front of you. Because if you don't straighten up, the next sound you hear isn't going to be the judge speaking, it's going to be the bailiff standing behind you, unhooking his cuffs and rolling his eyes like, here we go again. You're on your very last inch of goodwill. And if you don't shut your mouth and engage what's left of your adult brain, you're about to learn the hard way that the judge can end your day and your freedom with one sentence. You're in a court.
Okay, what are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
I don't come up there.
I'm going to hold you in contempt. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for you to be arrested. Do you want that to happen?
No, but you guys tell me this every time. I have 92 applications out on fucking Indeed right now. I can't help that.
Know before you go to jail for contempt. Because the judge has already given you more than enough warnings to calm down. And somehow, you still decided to go full smooth brain on him, like Zoom court was your personal rage room, acting as if yelling through a webcam made you untouchable. But the hilarious part is that you're melting down for absolutely nothing, because yes, you're behind on child support, and the court is legally obligated to address it. But that doesn't mean you're already guilty. This is just a step where you get to present evidence in a clear, adult way instead of throwing a digital tantrum. The same hearing where you could have explained your job search and efforts if you hadn't sabotaged yourself by treating court like Xbox party chat. And all you really had to do was keep yourself under control for 5 minutes. So maybe save the outbursts for a time when they won't end with handcuffs.
I've already warned you one time. If you use that language again, I will hold you in contempt.
Okay, well, as I was saying, I cannot help that I can't get a job. Okay, so, I've had some places call me back, but it doesn't get me anywhere. I've had 2 interviews out of all of my applications. We've got 1 vehicle, one income. My insurance is actually almost expired because I can't pay that either. I don't know how I'm supposed to make payments when I don't have an income. I don't know how you want me to prove it, but I'll prove it.
Are you done?
Okay, I see where this is going.
Are you gonna listen, or are you?
Oh, I'm listening. I'm gonna get my shit trained.
Hey, babe. I know you rely on me, but I'm too much of a dumbass to stay out of jail now. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love watching a full-time window licker try to prove he can win a headbutting contest with an oncoming train. But it sucks knowing innocent people are going to get dragged down because of his petulant, self-sabotaging behavior. And the worst part is that him ghosting the judge like disappearing is suddenly illegal. Strategy isn't going to do him or his family any favors. In fact, it's just going to make everything hit harder, faster, and messier when the court finally catches up to him. Mr.
All right, you just used more inappropriate language, so I'm going to, based on your conduct here at this hearing today, I'm going to find you in contempt. I'm going to order that you serve 30 days in the Otsego County Jail for contempt in the view of the court. This is a summary proceeding, and that's based on your conduct here in front of the court.
I'll speak to a lawyer.
I'm going to issue a bench warrant for your arrest. You'll serve your 30 days here once you're arrested and brought before the court. I'm also going to set this for a contempt hearing in April. If you aren't employed and you can't make payments, you need to provide proof of that to the front of the court.
How? You guys don't tell me any way how.
Or bring proof of that to the hearing in April.
Okay, you guys want proof, but you guys right here, this is exactly what I'm.
Okay, I'm muting Mr. Sylvester now because I need to be able to make a record and he's talking over me.
Because you guys don't give me a chance.
I gave Mr.
Right, guys, that's the end of the video. Like I said, it was just a short, sweet one to get you warmed up and mentally prepared for the absolutely wild week ahead, and trust me, you are not going to want to miss what's coming. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But whatever you do, don't forget to drop a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.
What opportunity to talk here today, and at some point you have to listen and you're not doing that, so I'm muting you because I need to make a record. So if you don't provide that proof to the front of the court at the hearing in April, or bring it or provide it to the court for the hearing in April, then the court will issue or proceed with contempt proceedings, and you could be subject to a contempt penalty of up to 45 additional days. So Mr. Brzezinski, if you can set that for a hearing for contempt in April, I'm going to issue a bench warrant for the court's finding of direct contempt here on the record today, which is a separate issue that you don't need to deal with, Mr. Brzezinski.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I will do that.